Hey Hippo Herd, welcome back. This is part 2 in the How to Play Janna series. So before we covered the build, and now we're going to cover some basics like lane phase, specifically how to harass and trade with W's and autos, and then how to properly shield, which seems like it'd be simple, but as it turns out, people tend to mess that up a lot. Now the shielding stuff is going to apply to most enchanters, and the trading kind of does too. One of the big take-home points is to don't be afraid to auto and step up and trade. You're going to do it at the right time some of the times, and it's going to work out good for you. And if you do it at the wrong times, hopefully you'll learn and see when it's bad. And then ideally, you want to be, as some of the pros have said, as aggressive as possible without making a mistake or having something bad happen. Because ideally, you would want to one-shot the opponent's Nexus, but you have to build up to that, and to do that, you have to push as many little micro advantages as you can. So yeah, we're going to start by looking at trading and harassment, because you want to set your lane opponent behind. You want to make him miss CS, get a kill, or push him under tower so that they miss CS there. Gizmo, are you being a chirpy bird? Let's see. Some of the footage you're going to look at is from last season, because that's when Janna was more of a shield bot, and so we'll talk about that with shielding. But I'm very happy that they changed her kit, because as you can see from the first clip, she can do a lot more. Since they increased her auto attack range, she can like exchange with the enemy laners, which is good. It makes for more interesting gameplay, and she can harass a lot more with W. Okay, so let's get right to it. Okay, so let's look at some aggressive trading and harassment in lane here. So the Jhin comes in to get his initial first couple CS, and we go to hit him. So we know in this case, if he's CSing, he can't really trade back. So that's really good for us. And now he keeps walking up, and the brand is positioned way too far back. So me and the Caitlyn tag team him, and he gets very low. So those were a good set of harassing and trades for us, and it puts us up big time in this lane. The other thing we did was we shoved the lane, which means that two things. One, Jhin has a hard time CSing under tower, so we're adding a lot of lane pressure there. And the other thing is we get free harass under tower, because since he's struggling to get his CS under the tower, he's easy to harass. Okay, so moving on to shielding. As you can see, the Lulu had shielded the Vayne for no reason, and now we just walk up and harass. And again here, as Vayne comes into the screen, you can see he's shielded, and so we walk up and do more harass. So it's really important to time your shields to actually block harassment, and even though it takes practice in some cases, it'll come. So let's look at a situation here where I do some proper shielding. So the Veigar's gonna come in, try to poke Caitlyn with the Q, and boop, we put up a shield, it absorbs 75, and as you can see, we keep retaliating, and in this case, it turns out really well. So I kinda got zoned out by the stun box there, but we go in, we get our harass up, she gets a headshot, and the guy gets killed. So yeah, it's really good. And this was just another example of throwing in a shield and it absorbs damage. That one's obviously a lot easier to predict because she was in a Veigar box, but yeah. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed those couple of points. As I said before, they're just the basics, but it's amazing how far the basics will get you and how often you don't see those being used. So just work on solid shielding, and then smart trades. You want to trade and harass as much as humanly possible while not losing the trade or getting ganked. So keep those things in mind. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. I intend to be watching the LCS. I actually wish I could have gone because I live in Miami and it's over on South Beach. Oh, we just forgot to buy the tickets. Oh, but there may still be a chance that I can go. We'll see. Again, thanks for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the content and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and leave a like or comment with any tips that you have. Okay, so enjoy the games this weekend, and see you next week. Peace.